Hello, welcome. It's the 21st of March 2025. So yeah, I hope this video finds you well. I haven't done a video for quite a few weeks. I guess we're just waiting for things to happen and nothing's happening. However, I thought I'd do an April Fool's Day, I might call this one, because see what's going on in April, but also there's a few things that I'm wondering about that's happened in the UK, so I'll quickly go over them first and then I'll do April at the end of the video. So basically in this country they've got something called PIP, Personal Independence Payment for people who are disabled, and they're going to change the rules in November 2026, and basically they're going to make it extremely difficult for people to score. Now some people might say, yeah, that's great news. But actually, if you think about it, it's already difficult to get anyway. So it's not like people are just milking the system. It's very difficult to get. Loads of people appeal anyway and still get turned down. So at the end of the day, that means it's going to be virtually impossible to get that payment. A lot of people are very worried now, and rightly so. Now, obviously, in the comments, a lot of people were saying in the paper, you know, if you wanted to save money, why are you spending so much on foreign aid and net zero and migrants? Of course, that always comes up. So then another topic, what's happened here? Oh, even worse. So they give, along with disability payments, there's something for, it's called universal credit, which is a payment if you're looking for work, but you can't find work. They've actually now said that they're going to change those rules. That apparently if you are deemed that you can't actually look for a job, so say you at the moment you're very, very depressed and you can't look for a job for no fault of your own, mental health condition or something, that those people are going to get less money. So just because you can't actively look for work at that moment because of something that's beyond, you know, your fault, I hope they never have any family members with mental health conditions or disabilities, because there's no compassion, that you'll get less money. Now, I've never, ever, ever in my lifetime seen any government do that to their people. That is just beyond unbelievable. Of course, then I found out they're still looking at doing the terminally ill end of life, bringing that bill in, so people can end their lives, but apparently that's at the committee stage, because I looked that up, and apparently they've got that in Canada, so that's still being that's on the table still. Apparently they've said state pensions, you shouldn't expect it, so thanks, you're always going for the elderly, because we know you don't like useless eaters, elderly, disabled, children, or anyone who's a burden, basically all of us. Sorry, it wasn't children, it was disabilities, that was right, useless eaters. So it feels like very much so they're going for Agenda 2030. Excuse me. But my friend said, oh, don't worry, it will never happen. However, somebody said, but they have cut winter fuel for the elderly. They have checked our bank accounts. There is no free TV for the over 75s. So they have actually, it's not always just fear-mongering. They have actually carried out a lot of things they said they would do, they've done, that will cause and have caused a massive detriment. Then again, you're going to get people giving up their pets. They're not going to be able to afford them. Now, I've always had that we're going to have more prosperity and more money for people who are sick, not less. So, but at the moment, it also feels like nothing's ever going to change. So we do have till 2026 for that. But they're really showing you who they are, aren't they? Labour. Now, a minute ago, I did start to do this video, and then I had to press pause and start again because I was interrupted. But I did get Judgment Day, and I've had Judgment Day for Labour Party right from the start. So is this to show us that you're not for your people, you don't support your people, you care more about new people than you do your own people? You know, the values, morals, everything. You stand for people overseas, not your own people. So, stand for people overseas. That actually looks like overseas, actually, to be fair, doesn't it? Looks like don't care about you, the people here. Okay, not really interested in the people here, not going to listen to your views. But far away lands, they're much more interested in that. Because that's just what it feels like from the image. Now, that could be sitting on a fence. So, how can one government alienate themselves so badly from their own people, the people that have lived here all their lives? I mean, that is who they are showing themselves to be. So, how do I break this down quickly? I'm going to quickly look at PIP. So the first one, PIP. Our government is saying they're going to stop people getting this PIP, and it's obviously caused a lot of worry and upset already. Will this happen, or will this government have stepped down by then or be removed? PIP. Now, this could be the situation evolves by then. This could also be a lot of drama. Maybe this is meant to happen. That can be a theatre kind of card. Is this meant to happen? Are they being put at centre stage for us to see who they are? And is this the means to an end? That's the only thing that gives me a bit of hope. I've always wondered, is this how they go? Is this how they step down? Is this how they're not fit for purpose? Right, this is about PIP. So, yes, this was a surprise that's created a lot of upset and fear and worry and a lot of confusion. And this also can be mental health issues as well. But, PIP can be physical and mental health. But, it really has created a lot of confusion and worry. Worry, like, oh my goodness me, what is going on? Well, this is, honestly, this is meant to be about PIP, okay? But what's very interesting, it feels like it's their wish to care more about what's going on in the world. He's looking at the world, what's going on in the world. But you don't really care about the people here, keeping the people here safe. You're more interested, look, he's looking over there. I'm much more interested in the world and what's going on over there. I really don't care about you people in our own country. I feel like they're just not interested. It's not their focus. They don't care. They're focused on other things. That's not important to them. Now, it's interesting because the King of Cups is sneaky as well. Okay, so it could be like a lot of sneaky stuff been going on. Now, so, what is this? New rules for PIP. Will it happen? They're going to stand their ground, but they're going to struggle. Struggle to stand their ground, actually, I think, with this card. This information it could topple them. Okay, I think people will start to see who they are. There's a red flag there. Well, this is really good news because overall, okay, for PIP, it's quite strange because the Death card is a change. It's painful change. But in this instance, the sun is coming out. And then not only is the sun coming out, the sun does come out. Now, that sun brightens up the whole reading. It enhances the whole reading for the better. Now, that can be affluence, happiness. We've been apparently told we're going into the golden age. So I start to wonder, is this because they are going to show us who they are? Is this what this is all about? So, PIP. Because communicate. I keep getting this. Communicate. Speak up. You have the right to be heard. Communicate. Are people going to take a stand and say we didn't vote for this? Communicate. So PIP. You have the right to be heard. Is there going to be pushback? Is this going to be their downfall? Oh yeah, these are my new cards, by the way. the ones I was talking about over a year ago. The answer is here, take heed, realization. That's really interesting. Realization. Realization. Aha. So is this a sort of a pivotal moment of transparency? Sweet pea. The comfort of good company heals old hurts. That's interesting. The comfort of good company heals old hurts. Good company. Are we going to be in better company by then, that it doesn't happen and it heals the hurts that this government has done? I've just turned it over and I've got affirm on the bottom. Meditate, strength. So maybe it's just saying keep focused, keep believing. Okay, so that's what I've got for Pip. Now also the King of Cups, he's a healer. Could we be healed from that by then? Will we be in a different place? So I'm going to move on from that one. That was Pip. But yes, the same kind of thing. So they've decided to punish people who are looking for jobs by they're actually going to cut their benefit. So if you're looking for a job but you're unable at that moment because you've got mental health issue, or you're physically struggling more than usual and that's affected you being able to look for work, or you're autistic or whatever, at the end of the day you're going to get a rate cut. What a lovely government you've got. I've got. Oh yeah, look. This is poverty, and also to not just poverty, to pass by, to not care about hardship. If you're in crutches, if you can't walk, if you're not well, they don't care. That's about giving you less and going without and actually being in poverty. So that will push people into more poverty. So hardship, that's a hardship card. And that's difficult. That's really difficult. So that was for universal credit. So actually giving you less, and actually that's terribly cruel. Nurture. Could be saying that they don't nurture, then they don't care. Literally, they're not about nurturing you, building you back up. They don't care. It's actually terribly cruel. Now, this feels like we need to just sort of bide our time. I wonder if something will come and change that by then. So let me see. Will something change that? Still got poverty. But hang on, this could be a... Oh. This feels like complete dominance, sneakiness, holding money, penny pinching, but at the same time people are suffering. That's what that all feels like. I'm going to go back into that more at the end, because I'm going to ask more about what is actually going on behind the scenes. So the same with the pension. You're lucky if you get it. What else have I got here? Oh, apparently as well, I didn't realise this, they are still doing end of life, terminally ill. It's gone to the committee stage of the government. They've done this in Canada. They want to do this in the UK. I'm hoping that these final things are so bad that this is just what we needed to see, and then something breaks, and the system falls. I hope. So, will the assisted dying bill be approved? That's more psychological stuff. Oh, well, there you go. That is it. That is your assisted dying bill. So they're looking at it. Okay, they're looking at it. The outcome. Now that could be the outcome, okay? Or it could be that something changes. Because at the moment, no, normally that could be the outcome, but that also that feels to me very much like it's talking about the new proposed bill, because this would be comfortable. So they're almost saying, but you'd be more comfortable because, then, you could take matters into your own hands or whatever. But also, that also at the same time can feel like, that can be like good health. So perhaps something will stop that. Let me look into it more. I mean, this is literally like can be passing over. A moon card. Excuse me. I don't really know what order they were meant to be read in, but this is waiting. Okay, so this is debating it. I believe this is the debate. Or whether they went like that, I'm not really sure. Let me see. Okay, so what I've actually said is, will that bill be stopped right at the last minute? Right, so if you're sick, this is the bill. This is what they want, the moon. So, that can be what I told you. Okay. Your position in the world, and considering, the moon is, could be like whether you're here or not. This is wait. So, wait. They've sowed the seeds and wait. Very, very sneaky. Psychological, again, hardship, poverty. We were supposed to be going for med beds. That's the interesting part. And here we are talking about this. I never thought it would go this far. I can't believe we still have to endure all of this. Why? I don't know. For how much longer? I don't know. This could be 7 months. 7th month. I'm just saying. I'm not even going to say months actually, because I don't know. But that's wait. Okay? Now, will there be some kind of agreement and maybe they change something? Could this be something happens where they wait? Because this is a patience card. So yeah, this is about patience and perseverance. So do we have to just wait and see? Is something going to happen then? So yes, excellent. Thank you. I'm so happy. Wait. That was the most definitive thing I've got so far. That makes me feel very happy. Wait. Interesting. It's time to connect with what you believe, spirituality. Okay, that's lovely. Because that's certainly not the way life is meant to be. I guess they're just showing you who they are. Some people sadly think, oh yes, but we're meant to be talking about med beds, not the opposite. Yeah, some people think, oh, it's a good thing, but they don't really realise when there's equipment like med beds that you shouldn't even be talking about this anymore. What pleases us most shapes us. Interesting. What pleases us most shapes us. Stand still for now and listen to your life. Wow, that's so beautiful. Look at that. Maybe that will make people think differently about assisted dying. Listen to your life. Stand still for now. That is so beautiful. So, it's for now, wait. Something's going to happen. I really can't wait for that moment, because it shouldn't even be something that we're talking about in 2025. But there you go. It's starting to make me feel like, are they being told to do this, or they're just showing you who they are, and this is a means to an end for them to go? Now, this is why it's going to be tricky. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Nigel Farage had said, you know, there are 1.2 million migrants. 1.2 million migrants on benefits. So, you know, if you didn't keep helping other people, maybe you could help your own. It's really highlighting who these people are, I think. So, okay, my final kind of questions are, you know, who is this? Who's putting them up to this? Is this them? And how long? And what's the hold up? And everything like that. So I'm going to start like that. So I would like to really get to the bottom of who's behind all of this. Is this Labour on their own doing this? Is this the White Hats telling Labour to do this? You know, why are we sitting through this still now in 2025? Well, it's very interesting because I have a theatre card, a drama card, an actor card. So far, who is behind it? Oh, I had this card earlier this morning. And before I had to stop my video, it was the first card that fell out. And I was like, oh, I'm so pleased to see that. Because sometimes you start questioning it. I have a Knight of Pentacles. So he's a knight. And he's on a horse. And he's a soldier and he's a military man. And this is very much to me about justice. This is showing you, this is the truth. Showing you the truth of your government, I'm afraid. This is the truth comes out about your government. Now, does this show you who it's sort of two reasons. Perhaps it's shows you that they're prepared to create waves, literally, like who they are. So showing you who they are. Is it in order for them to tip the scale or to tip it in your favour so that you see this clearly, who they are? This is justice. This is about meanness as well. You know, how they are, and it's showing you directly who they are. And it also could be for them to have that choice to maybe push them out. This, because look, now I not only have a knight, it's literally could be military, okay? It's like almost they're trying to change the balance to give you back your freedom. That's what it feels like. Yes, I have another one now. I have a white hat. I kind of have a soldier, a white soldier, white hat, and then I have freedom in the middle. And it could be in order for you to flip, for them to flip it, so that we can be given back our freedom. Secrets, change. So secretly change it. Brilliant. I needed to see that today. I needed to see that. I needed to see this, the world, completion. In order for us, for everything to change, end of an era. This government, I feel like this is the end for governments. I kid you not. I just think, I've been thinking a lot about it recently and just thinking they're not fit for purpose. None of them are. It's so antiquated. Excuse me. Why do we live in this world with, this is so archaic. And maybe this is for the world to go in a better direction. And we need to, if there's leverage to flip it. Sorry, I've had such a bad cough. So, I do think it feels like there's soldiers behind them telling them what to do. Right, that's one card. I'm not going to look at it. I asked, are there soldiers telling them what to do? Because we need to know this. Now, yes, they have still, you know, cut people's, you know, winter fuel bills. And okay, if you had to do that just for one term, one winter, just to prove a point, so we all get to see this is what your government do. But if the rest of it was to come true now, I'd be like, wow, there were no white hats. This never should have happened. So I really do hope that even though some horrible things have still happened, that it doesn't go full circle. So these are the cards I've got, asking, is our government being controlled by the white hats? Because, you know, we need to know. Oops. Right. Whoa, put that there. I'm going to go for these. Right, here we go. Number 1. Words of love, speak with your heart. It's an interesting card. Words of love, speak with your heart. Gladioli, set boundaries well to ensure good growth. Is this because it has to go that way? Make of that what you will. And then I have this card. Ah. Oh, interesting. Move, meditate, passion, signs, music. Let's hope, because we've been starting to feel like there won't be an EBS, we're on a sinking ship. Signs, music. Music will lift your spirits. Let's hope this is a means to an end. That these people are not compassionate, they don't care about you, and maybe the military and the white hats are trying to show us that. Okay. Here's hoping. What? Right. Okay. What is the hold up? Why has nothing happened for the poor UK and the rest of the world? Okay. What is the hold up? What is the hold up? I wonder if it's something to do with, you know, it's like little bits of help. Maybe America, looking at America first, but then it's only the beginning. This is like little bits of breadcrumbs here, but maybe not enough here. And the, you know, acts of service, and maybe they can't do everything all at once. Or is it as well that we need to see this? These acts of begging our governments for help and we don't get it. Of course, that's about control and overuse of power and governments and stuff. So what is the hold up? Well, looks like it's still leading to a judgment day, or this is judgment day, because this is frustrations, a lot of pushback. He's really struggling. He's really pulling back, and then this one's carrying that burden, and this one's trying to go over here, and maybe it's just trying to reconfigure everything. You know, one side's pushing back still, the other one's trying to go forward, and then they're trying to expose things at the same time. This could be as well that they're sort of getting stuck right in, and they're not really, this is holding on tight. So maybe they're trying to still hold on to some power. But it looks like it's just going to get too much. It's almost as if, I actually think this is about sort of governments and power struggles. And I actually think that they're trying to hold on so much. And I think this is about the struggles to actually hold on. And this feels like there's so much push-pull from each side at the moment. But I think it gets to the point where it's just they'll be beaten. Like there's nowhere to go. It's almost like, I will say this, I do feel like maybe President Trump is just, he keeps pulling another one out the bag kind of thing. And eventually it gets, you know, like when the dominoes build and then eventually the dominoes topple. It's like they're losing sort of gains all the time. They're losing an advantage point, and then eventually you have no, you know, and you have like no advantage points left, and then it falls, like you admit defeat, because this is leading to judgment day and we're not there yet. And maybe that's why, and some of these kind of are still hanging on in there. That's what that feels like. Why the hold ups? I don't know if I'll get much with these kind of cards, but I'll have a go. Why the hold ups? What are we waiting for? No, not getting one. So I'm just going to pull one. Okay, and then the last one is one of these. Why the hold up? Why the wait? Right, here we go. Energy, positive energy, surround yourself with positive people. Is it just to do with pushback, power struggles still going on? Energy, soulmates, important people who teach you life lessons. Are we having to learn these lessons? Are we having to see it? Power, there you go, power struggles. Take hold of what you know is yours. So maybe they've got some, things under control and not everything. Lilac. The future is sometimes lost in the wanderings of yesterday. That's a really nice card. So it still feels really positive in a way. But there are obviously still obstacles. Why the hold up? Okay. Excuse me. Right, here we go. So do not give away your animals. Hang on in there if you can, because I know that somebody had said to me on the comments, do I go without food to feed my dogs? And, and that's a terribly chronically sad situation, and I feel for you. And, and I feel for more animals being discarded because of this. I feel for more children not being able to have maybe breakfast in the mornings because the parents can't afford it. This isn't good. So I want to know, with all the bills going up, so yeah, I'm going to ask for the UK at the moment because we really need it. We've got so many bills. I don't know about Europe, you see. So will there be any financial rewards, because all of our bills are going up in April. So are we going to get any financial? Well, see, I always get it. Your greatest wish at some point, but when? Yes, there is. She's okay. She's got enough. So this year, but then I've got that on the back. So it's like it's there, but for some reason we're not getting it, and we're not able to get it because of, it's almost like some people won't move out the way. They won't move out the way. And until these people move out the way, we can't get this sovereign independence and freedom and financial stability. Now, to be honest with you, even though that's frustrating, that is a temporary card. Swords can move quite quick. It's clouds, that they can move quite quick. So here's hoping that this is a short thing. I don't know what it is that's stopping it. But I tell you what I'll do now. Excuse me, I keep coughing. I tell you what I'll try and do now. I cannot guarantee this will work, but I think we're all getting a little bit desperate. So I said I'd do prediction for April, but what I will try and do, April, I'm going to write it down. Prediction. I'm going to try and look at the months of abundance, because it's difficult to hang on in there, but it's also difficult for me to read on this, and then if the month comes and it doesn't work out like that, because timing is very difficult, it's going to be very disappointing. But it is nice to at least see it still there. But I'd like to see it this year, not next year, not the year after. We'd like to see it this year. This year feels like this is going to happen this year. It feels like it will happen this year, because I keep saying I hope it's going to happen this year. Judgment Day is going to happen this year. This could be the moment where it all builds. Here's hoping. That is what we are heading for. And until that Judgment Day, that feels like we won't get that financial relief. So, because this is underneath and this is hidden, everything hidden, and this is the journey we're on at the moment, the horrible journey we're on. This is like almost a scary journey that we're on. But because that's the scary journey we think we're on, And then when we get to Judgment Day, hopefully then it will change, because we're meant to be in the golden age, remember. Right. Yeah. I just dropped all my cards. Only at that point is there pause for reflection. I just dropped all my cards. Sorry. There's so many packs. It's hard to deal with so many at the same time. So I'm back. Excuse me. Right, here we go. So, where was I? Yes. So we're waiting for this Judgment Day. When will this Judgment Day happen? So, first of all, I'm going to do months for abundance. When is this Judgment Day? Or when are we going to get some financial relief in the UK? Because we're getting desperate. Well, I wonder, this is about controlling, you see. And I think at the moment with the bills, they're all going up. This is like almost their agenda. Just keep going as we've always gone. Yep, see. This is literally almost like poverty. Okay, so not being able to start again, not being able to look at having any money or having the bare minimum, because at the moment we're under that government. So I'm going to look at the months to see if there'll be any hope coming for some abundance this year. So I'm going to start with April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 9 cards for each month. It may not work. It may just be the story as one. And then that'll just unfold when it unfolds. It may not work month by month. I can't guarantee that. Yeah, unfortunately, there's greed in play at the moment. So we're talking about April, May, June, July, August. I think this is the whole thing. September, October, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Okay, if it was to do with this sort of the year, I would say the latter part of the year. But I think it's not so much about the months. I think it's kind of the whole thing. I think it's about the whole thing. I think at the moment this information is exposing the truth of how we should be self-made, but we're actually in poverty mode. And but I feel like that is all going to come to the surface. And also I feel like that is being exposed because we are living in very greedy times. But then at some point there comes like a change for the world. And it's almost like unknown and spontaneous, and it just happens happens spontaneously when it's the right time. And then suddenly we realise we feel more safe and we can trust. So I do think that, I think all along we shouldn't have been living in such poverty. And I think that will change at some point. But unfortunately, I don't have a month. I'm going to try with these little cards. Okay, I'll try again anyway. Will we get any abundance in be brave, be strong, believe. What is not here is the key, absence. Be true and pure in the thought and deed, devotion, courage, absence. Interesting. I don't think I'm going to get it for each month, but April, May, June, July, August, September. 9 months. Let's see. Over the course of the 9 months, will there be any months, clarity, bright paths of understanding will open? I said that. Will there be any months this year where we might feel financially less weighed down in poverty? adaptation. Change will be better than you think. Oh, I'm pleased to see that. I just hope it's this year because we've been waiting a long time. So let's see what I've got. I don't think I'll get one for each month, but I'll have a go. Whoops. So let's just see. April. May. Might just be the whole thing again. June. April, May, June. July. August. So pretty. September. October. November. And December. Let's have a look. April. Speak with your heart. May. The answers are there for those who look. Insights. Will we get insights in May? June. Listen and speak with greater care. Communication. Will there be some communication in June? July. True feelings within you is all you need to know. August. Confidence. Be what you want to see. Will we be feeling more confident by then? September. Fortitude. Be brave and dig deep. October. Cooperation. Take the hand offered or ask. Okay. Then I've got virility. Shake it up a little. You've got this. And then the last one. Choose the safe harbour for now. Now, I don't think I'm getting month by month, to be honest. I think I'm just getting an overall picture. So I think that's extremely difficult to determine. So I'm just going to ask one final card with this lot. Will there be any financial abundance for the UK in 2025? Significant financial abundance, so that we suddenly go, oh, we're not struggling. That's the card I've got. Lilac. The future is sometimes lost in the wanderings of yesterday. That's difficult. I don't know. Excuse me, I don't know. So, try with these ones. I don't know if you saw those. My eyes were closed, but I'm going to keep going. Here we go. Home. Okay, so basically, I think what it is I think it's something to do with your home environment or move home. I think it keeps feeling like it's going to our government, and I think until that changes, we don't have abundance changes. That's the feeling I'm getting, unfortunately. So how long is that? So I've done the best I can, I'm afraid. I can't give you great news right now because I don't know. It looks like it will happen, but I don't know when. So finally, I'm going to do a prediction for April. So if you're in Europe, unfortunately, you're in the same position as we are. You probably aren't going to get any change either until we do. Okay. Well, this is a give up. Surrender. I wonder if this could be the month. Right, so I'm going to look at Whoops, surprise. I'm going to look at April as a month and see. Surprise, direction could change. Will there be anything significant happen? I'm not going to say America because they've got President Trump. So is there anything significant that could happen for us that changes the course of the path that we're actually on? Anything significant for April? Right. Okay. So I wonder if they start losing their grip on power, or the narrative starts to break down, or and also maybe because of the people as well. People, maybe there could be pushback as well, for all we know, because this is kind of a celebration and groups of people or people getting together. It could even be like somebody's held to account for the things that they've been saying. So I'm going to pull some more cards for April. April. Okay, so April's very much about information. Okay, April's about information. Maybe not getting clarity in the past, but now getting more clarity. So maybe things actually finally that weren't clear are starting to get clearer. It also might be, could be information, could be to do with migration because there's people being moved. I wonder if migration will stop or that will be looked at. Could be another way of looking at it. Maybe it points back to you're not helping your own people. Okay. Sowing seeds, planting, waiting. People running out of patience. It could even be to do with money overseas, actually, because this could be stacks of money, and this is going over water, and then the ending. Oh, I wonder if it's a battle, and this is also water, but then this is back at sort of being back at the boundaries again. I wonder if it's to do with a moving immigration and stopping that, or someone gives up a battle, a fight, a long-waited fight. A battle. Oh, it does now feel very much more like movement, military movement, and big battles and fights. So it could be more externally, like to do with countries fighting, rather than what I thought it initially was immigration. Okay, so she's about, this is all about a battle now. There's a drama, could even be Mr. T's involved, but there's drama. It feels like could be military. This is fighting. This is getting to the end of something, or push back to stop fighting, to give up fighting, because this is giving up fighting. This could be dramatic. This could be drama. This could be some sort of sadness. And sort of troublesome. Okay, it's to do with a battle. Okay, information and a battle and a fight. This feels like it's overseas, to be honest, because there's a world. So it doesn't feel like the UK, whether the UK is involved, but it definitely feels like it's more to do with overseas, and that direction changes and moves, maybe something quick turnaround, quick change, change of direction, and something maybe for the better. It feels like a battle that ends, or a battle that's been ongoing, okay, that's been sad and dreary. April. Oh. Well, probably got too many. Here, I've got two. A battle. I've got grounding. The beginning is where you need to be. So we're going back to the beginning. Grounding. We're going back to the beginning. Protection. Conserve what you have. Save a little. Well, that actually feels like good news then, because it feels like there's something in the way and that needs to be sorted. It's almost like, and then the next domino can be sorted, and then the next domino can be sorted. And this was like a world battle, a battle, external battle. Oh, I've got loads. Okay, I'll see what I've got. Do this one first. Take time to cleanse and remove negativity. Brilliant. Now you're getting the idea. Sweet pea. The comfort of good company heals old hurts. Good company. So, making friends. Focus on wholeness above and below. Wow. This is good news then. This is good news. April feels like a month of some battle that ends, that clears things. Something that needs to be cleared, that hasn't been cleared. And it's to do with the Hierophants and risks and chances, and then people going. Okay, control, values, all sorts. People going. Freedom. Information that's hidden. There you go. Well, that's some good news. So, April's only 4 weeks. Plough through April. You never know. Maybe something nice will happen after that. I think this is the problem. I think there's something going on. And like I said, and that's why everything else feels like it's pending. Nothing can move until the big thing moves. Some kind of Hierophant control. Full. Risks, chances, country, another country, other countries. Some kind of reveal. Truths, honesty, and an ending, and a change, and a change. Okay, that's as good as I'm going to be able to get. So, what have I not pulled? I haven't pulled one of these. I'm going to pull one of these for April. And then yet again, I'm on another pending moment till probably May, because I feel like I can't do anything until that happens, and then we wait, and then the next thing can happen, and maybe when the big things have gone, then things will start to fall quicker. So I'm going to pull one card for April. That's tough though, so we've got to go through all those hard bills in the meantime. April. Daffodil. That's a beautiful card. That's a card of April. Spring. Daffodil. Oh, haven't seen any yet as well. That's a very good point. April. Oh, this is nice. The sun shines brighter when you are here. Definitely looks like spring. More positivity on its way. So I hope that helped. I mean, it wasn't a completely concrete clarity, but unfortunately, we are still in a battle. And I think that's why we have a hold up. I'm going to pull one more of these for April. There you go. Oh, goody goody gumdrops. Here we go. Resignation. Hand in your P45. Say goodbye to what you no longer need. So something is going to be let go of, I should say, in April. Someone's going to give up, surrender. Some kind of battle, or battle of control, or battle of country or place. Maybe that's what it's about. Have a great, I should say, month, because I don't know when I'll do another reading, but I will just do a little one on these cards. So if anybody wants to pick a card for, a daily pull, you can take a look at that. Thanks for watching. Have a great day or month. Bye now.